Hello to all you humans and intergalactic travelers, and welcome back to yet another interesting video of PowerDirector Made Simple. Today's video is going to be in response to a comment and question received from a viewer named Rob about slideshows that have a mixture of portrait and landscape images and those dreaded black bars. Well, Rob, I have a few answers for you. First, a little bit of explanation is needed for those that might not know what the difference is between a portrait image and a landscape image. On my timeline, I have 10 images. The first two images show one in landscape orientation and the other in portrait. As I move the playhead over each image, watch the preview window. The landscape mode image completely fills the preview window, but the portrait image has plenty of black bars on each side. Now, we can't avoid having images in both orientations, so what is the best method of displaying portrait images, especially if you don't like seeing black bars? That is the question that the viewer is asking. Well, one option is to start ahead of time and manually crop and resize every image to be used in the slideshow to a true 16:9 aspect ratio. I didn't say it was a great option, and this is not really necessary because PowerDirector does offer some cropping capability within certain styles of slideshows. But there's a big problem. Not every style template has such capability. In some styles, will just display a portrait image with black bars no matter what. Now let's take a closer look at those styles. Within PowerDirector, you can start to create your own slideshow by clicking on the Slideshow Creator tool from the top Tools menu. I'll start with the normal Slideshow Creator tool and click on Import Your Photos. Then I'll choose from the Media Library. Then I'll select all 10 of the images and click OK. I'll then click Next to proceed to the Style and Music options. Now, choosing a style will always end up with varied means of how the different orientations are displayed and if black bars are shown. I really dislike the way that Cyberlink has thrown all of these styles together into just one big menu because there are some major differences between them. For example, some will allow you to customize the display of each image by moving the display window or zooming in on one particular area. Some don't allow any customizing at all. None of the theme designer styles allow for a custom display of the image. Some will display the image with black bars with no customization, while others will display the original image without any black bars, as if it were a photographic print. All of them save the slideshow to the timeline as a video file, except for the normal style, which merely saves each image to the timeline. Unless you are a skilled expert, you really have no idea of just what a particular style is capable of ahead of time. Now you understand why I dislike how all of these are just thrown together into one menu choice. The user will need to test out each style until he finds one that he likes and allows him to customize the image and eliminate the black bars if allowed by that style. So let's start out by taking a quick look at the normal style. And I'll click Next. As you can see, a landscape image may be shown with black bars if it's not a true 16:9 aspect ratio. If I move the playhead to the right, you see a portrait images with lots of black bars shown on the sides. Now let's take a quick look at that Customize button for the normal style. If I have black bars on the image, maybe this can fix that. Let's first click on Stretch Image and choose Stretch to a 16:9 aspect. But notice how distorted the image is. Let's try something else. Let's try the next one, which is Cyberlink's proprietary CLPV method. Well, that's close, but still some distortion, especially around the sides. Let's try fill the background. We get some choices of either blurry bars, color bars of our choice, or color bars using a color from the image. No matter what, any image that is not in a 16:9 aspect ratio will have bars on the side. The normal style is also unique because when you save it, you end up with the individual images on the timeline. So right here, I'm going to cancel out of everything. I'm going to hit previous and choose a different style. The motion style displays all images in landscape mode and at a 16:9 aspect ratio. This style is also unique because it utilizes the pan and zoom technique, which is helpful in portrait images. The initial display can start on one section of the image and slowly pan up or down to display the rest of the image. These settings can be changed by clicking on the Customize button. And each image also allows the user to zoom in or out on the image. So I'm going to cancel here, and I'm going to go back to the main menu. On the collage style, this displays each image in its original orientation as if it were a photographic print. Thus, no black bars will appear, and there is no means to customize each image. Going back to the style menu again, there's the scrapbook style. Now, this style is nearly identical to the collage style. There are no blackboards. Let's try that again. There are no black bars and no customization. Back at the style menu again, the montage style. This is also nearly identical to the collage style. Once again, no black bars, but no customization. Back at the style menu, there's the frozen space style, which will show all images in a 16:9 landscape orientation. Any that were in portrait mode are automatically cropped to fit. Apparently, the program is set to look for faces and then crop so that the faces will show in the image. The user is allowed to customize each image by moving the display portion or zooming in and out. But panning or moving up or down within the image, similar to the motion style, is not allowed. Back at the style menu, the balloon style. Very similar to the frozen space style, and customization of each image is allowed. And back at the style menu once again, the remaining styles are all based on Theme Designer. None of them will allow any customization or cropping of the images. Black bars will be shown wherever necessary. The only thing that Theme Designer adds, besides some unique presentations and graphics, are the ability to add effects to the images and text where allowed. So there you have it. The viewer with the question did not state which style or method he is using to create a slideshow, but my advice would be that if you are going to use portrait images in your PowerDirector slideshow, I'd recommend to avoid using the normal style template. Otherwise, the motion style is probably the best because you have the option to pan and zoom around the image. The frozen space style is probably the next best as it will auto crop each portrait image based on what it thinks is best, but you have the option to make changes. and it is best to avoid any of the theme designer styles because you have no control over what is to be displayed, and black bars will be the result. There's one other method of creating slideshows in PowerDirector, and that is what I call the old-fashioned manual method. All you need to do is drag your images to the timeline. You can add a title, text overlays, and transitions if desired, but this method will not get rid of the black bars on portrait images. So yes, I know, I have my opinions about these tools and features within PowerDirector, so you can choose whichever method and style that you think you like the best. You can also step outside the boundaries of Cyberlink and try out one of the slideshow software programs found on the internet. A good one is offered by Ice Cream Software and is simply called Slideshow Maker. It offers an option to display portrait images in full scale with black bars or blurry bars. It also offers the option to do a pan and zoom on the portrait images at full scale, which means there will be no bars on the side. It includes titles, text, music, transitions, and more. The user interface is very easy to learn, and the best thing is, it's free. But there are some downsides to the free version. Contrary to what their own website says, the free version limits the resolution to 1600 by 1200, and the rendered slideshow video has a watermark. But the good news is that their Pro version costs only $20 a year or $40 for a lifetime license. If you've stuck with me so far through this explanation of the complicated style templates for slideshows in PowerDirector, I give you a big thanks and a round of applause to each of you. If you've liked this video, hit that like button. And if you haven't already subscribed, hit that subscribe button. And most importantly, go ahead and leave a comment or question about anything in PowerDirector. We'll see you next time.